Hey, how's it going, people? It is the Hoff here, and today we are going to go over and unbox the new Netgear Orbi routing system. This is the high performance, it's a tri-band Wi-Fi routing system that provides you with satellite routers so you can have Wi-Fi throughout your whole house. And this one comes with the two routing systems that are the AC 3000, as you see there. They have others where you get the AC 3000, but you get another third satellite, or I should say, other router that would be your second satellite router, and it will cover more square footage, but you get the same speeds. And then they have one that has been downgraded cheaper, where it just does the AC 2200, and that one is a little bit cheaper because of the antenna bands and how they have it set up for your speeds. And then they have it where you can just buy the router itself and then buy the satellite separate, but in this bundle you get the deal with both of them, which is cheaper than buying them separate. So let's move on to the back of the system. So basically what this shows you here is you have your main router system here, and you have your satellite system here, and it shows that it's covering the whole house, which is generally up to 4,000 square feet of having a strong Wi-Fi signal using tri-bands. So what that means is there's three bands in this one. You have the 2.4 band, which is the legacy gigahertz band. Then you have the newer band of the 5 gigahertz for wireless AC for your newer devices to connect to. And then you have the dedicated band right here, which is the third band that allows for the satellite and the router to talk to each other. So in this instant, with these routing systems, you don't lose much in the way of your connection speeds when you have your device connected to the satellite router versus the Netgear Orbi main routing system. So if you go and your device, you start walking and you automatically connect to this one, you will generally see roughly 5, no more than 10 megabits per second drop if you're in the higher megabits range. Like, so if you're at 150 megabits per second, you might drop to 140, 145. If you're in the lower, you might not even see much of a drop, if anything at all, because of the way these use technology to talk to each other. So you might see, like, from a 10 megabit connection, you might go down to an 8 or 9. It's not that bad, and it drops compared to other systems where if you are on their version of a satellite, you would see a drop in half. So if you have a 20 megabits connection, you would drop down to 10. When you're on their routing system, you had 150, you could drop down to 75. Even some have dropped down to 60 to almost 50 versus their 150 megabits connection. So to each is his own, but we have the Netgear Orbi here, and we shall now go over the bottom of this system. So what you get in the box is the Netgear Orbi router. You get one of the satellites, you get one Ethernet cable that provides your internet coming in from your internet service provider's main modem, and then you get two power adapters, one for the router, one for the satellite, and you get the quick start guide. So before we go over any of the other features with this, it has just been known to me that they have now issued out a skill for the Amazon Echo and Echo Dot that now allows you to control your whole home Wi-Fi using just commands off of your skill once you get the initial setup going. So that's pretty great if you want to be able to establish this as just voice commands and controlling everything with just your voice, having a true smart home straight out the box. So with this, there will be a simple setup from a smartphone or tablet if you're not savvy with computers using just a computer web-based setup. You can now just do it with downloading an app. And basically the only thing you need for this to work is if you want to connect to the internet, you need a high-speed internet connection. If not, this is only going to be for LAN usage if you're a person that likes to have storage and transfer files between different devices in your home. And then you need to be able to connect for the internet to the existing modem or gateway that's provided from your internet service provider. So here are the technical specs. You have AC3000, which breaks it up into the different megabits per second that are offered by each band. And it shows you here that this also provides the tri-band from the support of the 802.11, which has the BGN 2.4 gigahertz. And then for the 5 is when you get into the wireless AC and you get the AN and AC, which is the newest, fastest one, besides the AD. And this will provide you the maximum amount of data coming into your devices. AD is a little newer, but the range on AD is not that great. Basically, from wherever you have your Blu-ray player to your TV, that's about as far as you can go on the range of wireless AD. So this one is where it's at on getting the best bang for your buck on a wireless routing system for your house. It will be the fastest. So this one here says it has 4 gigs flash memory and it has 512 of RAM. It has internal 6 high performance antennas with high powered amplifiers. So essentially this has antennas that are not directional antennas, they're built in, so they spread throughout your whole house. This one has multi-user MIMO capable for data to be data streamed on multiple devices. So that way it's not trying to hit just one specific device. It transfers to all of your devices. And on these two, it provides you with 4 ports on your main routing system that are 10, 100, or 1000 gigabit ports. So you get 1000 megabits, which is your gig port, on your LAN, which has 1 WAN, and then you have 3 for other devices to connect to. And then wherever you decide to put your satellite router, you get 4 LAN ports for that one as well, which I absolutely love that idea, and I wish more would have adapted to this. So far, this one is one of the few that I've seen that have it. And then you also on this one have one USB 2.0, which I can only assume that's for certain firmware upgrades you might need, or it might be able to allow you to connect a USB device for sharing it out, but I'm not sure why only 2.0 when you now have 3.0 that's been out for a good while, but I don't think I'll be using that, as I'll be trying to use everything off the internet for any firmware upgrades, and I share my stuff out elsewhere. So without further ado, let us get on with this unboxing. So, as you see, it is just sliding off this top, and you now have a sleek looking design on here where it's Orbi on the front, you have Orbi on the side, the back nothing, you have Orbi on the side here, and then you want to have it laid flat like this to open up the top and expose what is inside. So here you see your quick start guide, which is pretty small. Doesn't seem like there's much going on to do. Just basically saying that you need to unplug your modem and replace backup battery if it uses one. So basically turning off anything dealing with your modem to have no power, because by the time you plug it in, your modem will need to go ahead and be able to reset itself to give it a new connection to this device So it gets the new IP for DHCP. Nothing new. Something most of us will know, others may not. So with this, you get apparently a pre-shared key. I'll try to cover that up. And on the back, you have, this one is the main router system. So you have a sync button, you have your internet button, and then your 3 Ethernet ports. There is your US 2.0 port, and then you have the power on and off, the power cable, and then a reset button. Nice elegant design, and on the top you have the ability for glowing lights. I'm assuming that means it would be connected. Well, actually, I don't know. That one does not show. I think it's a satellite router only that glows. And here we have where it says you need to download, and it has the scans and tells you to download, to connect, and a fast, nice way for connecting your Netgear Orbi using its app. And then this one has it for the satellite, and the satellite does not have any special stuff on it, which is good. It just has a little thing on there. And then you have the button on this one where it allows you to sync, and you get 4 more Ethernet ports. You get another USB 2.0. Then you have your power button, your DC, and your reset. We'll stick that back in, and we will put that back in, as I will be setting all this up at a later date. And then over here on its side, we have what I'm assuming is all of your power cables and cable. So you get a nice cable here. It's a flat cable. I really like that. And this will be your Ethernet cable, which this one I'm assuming is, yep, Cat5e cable. So that's generally the standard is Cat5e or above when dealing with any kind of cabling. And then on the inside we have both of the plugs. So the plugs look the same. They are Netgear, and let me see. It is Netgear plugs, and these are dual voltage plugs. So if you are someone that tends to move around a lot, military or whatever, you will have no worries, as you can plug this in if you happen to move overseas. And both plugs are the same, so you see they give you 2 plugs exactly the same, both 240 AC adapters. So I was very excited to get this system, and this system currently costs around the $370 mark, and I believe we got it on sale for $340 something the other day at Best Buy. So I was glad to pick this up, and I will be doing a comparison video between this Netgear Orbi system here and compare it to the other router that I just unboxed of the Amplify HD. And after I set these up, I'll do a review on each, and then I'll do the comparison video on each and explain to you why one is better than the other. But basically, this routing system in theory should be faster than the Amplify HD router, because this routing system has one band that is dedicated just for transferring data between the routers, and then the other band will give you to your device. So in theory, this one will be faster, even though the other one has 3 bands where all bands are dedicated to providing the input and output going into your device for your data. The other one has 5.3, where this one is basically 3 gigs, but where the other one has 5.3, it shares those bands to provide information between the router and its mesh points, whereas this one does not share a band with your devices and the talking of the routing system. So if you like this video and you like how I do these first person view unboxings, then go ahead and hit a like, and don't forget, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this video. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.